Welcome back, everybody, to the Sports Podcast with
Jack and Nate. We're going to do a lot of the same thing. We have a special guest today. His name is Ethan Smith. He's on the JV basketball team, NK Skippers. He's our skipper insider.
That's right.
We're going to talk a lot about the same things, basketball, all those good things. And we've had a lot of recommendations from people, one of which is to have me be less boring.
Yeah, by the way, thanks to all the viewers for putting in their suggestions.
And you can also follow us on Instagram at _sports_podcast.
That is THE_SPORTS_POD.
It'll be in the description. It'll be in the description. Along with something we'd like to talk about next.
Yeah, Bryce, go ahead.
Hoagie's new song Drip on SoundCloud.
Quirky
Gang's new song.
Right.
Quirky Gang's new song featuring Saggott, Lil Cockpit, Hoagie, and Applejack.
Yeah, go check that out.
So, Zach, tell us, what was the inspiration behind this? I know you and another very prestigious producer collabed on a beat.
Yeah, me and Hoagie collabed. Took about 10 hours to create.
Yeah, honestly.
Wow.
Like a lot of hard work.
We were up in the studio grinding, like literally grinding so hard. It was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good job, Bryce. First job on the pod.
That is our fifth try, all of which Bryce has messed us up.
Nope.
So now we're just going to get into what we were going to say.
Yeah, now that we got that out of the way.
Should I call up our insider right now?
Yeah, let's bring in our insider. Actually, no, let's do a little intro first.
Okay. So we're going to be, because DeMarcus Cousins just came back, which makes the Warriors now 5 All-Stars deep. James Harden continues to average 40 points a game, which is ridiculous.
Yep.
He had 2 straight 57-plus games, which is unheard of in the past years. I mean, unless you're Wilt Chamberlain. But, he played against, Bryce. That was, his best competition. So, I'll call up our guy right now.
No. Okay. We got to talk about what happened in the game first, so they can get some context.
So, on Tuesday night, I believe.
Tuesday night, yep.
Hendricken played at North Kingstown at their gym. It was a packed crowd. It was top quality high school basketball.
For only $1. Tickets are $1. Go see Dick Fossa in the cafeteria.
Yep. Just give him $1. He'll give you a ticket. That was the best dollar I've ever spent when it comes to bang for your buck, literally. Yeah. I mean, this is advertisement, I guess, for NK Basketball, but it was worth $1, definitely. That's the same price as Sun Chips from the snack bar. So.
Yeah. Also, that game went into double overtime, and it was really just an OT thriller. NK lost that game. It was a heartbreaker. 76-70, yep. But it was a really close game throughout, and we really gave them a run for their money. It was the battle of the undefeated this year. But let's call up our buddy Ethan Smith, our Skippers basketball insider, and see what he's up to.
Hey,
Ethan, you're live right now.
Sweet.
All right, the FaceTime's being a little choppy.
I'm going to call you instead of FaceTiming.
Yeah, so in the meantime, let's talk about one more thing. Saggott, what else are you working on, Saggott?
Working on a new track. Not telling you the name yet.
Do you know the name?
It's a secret. Yes, of course I know the name.
I don't think he does.
It's a secret. I also have a new song called Big Lonnie Diss.
Well, Saga, we're going to have to cut you short because our special guest is here.
Good evening.
Really great to have you on, Ethan. You're our big guest today.
Yeah, you're the guest today because Bryce literally sucks.
You.
Whoa. Okay. We're going to have to bleep that out.
We'll bleep that out.
Because our audience, of course, consists of
9-year-olds.
9-year-olds.
Including Jack Belmore's little brother.
Yeah, he is 7 years old.
Wow.
And he's also in 7th grade.
Wow.
No,
All right, Ethan. So we got a couple questions for you. What do you give us your insight from the Hendricken basketball game
against NK?
Right. Well, I think we made a lot of really bad mistakes that wouldn't have happened if it weren't such a big name school. I think because I don't have all the stats with me, of course, but I know that we had 19 turnovers in that game.
Wow.
19 turnovers.
That's crazy.
Do you know how many turnovers
really
Hendricken had?
I knew there were a lot of steal. It seemed like every couple possessions there were like fast break layups, which was also a big part.
Speaking of fast break layups, we missed 4 wide open layups that game. 3 in regular time and 1 in the second overtime. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we can't do that if we're going to try to beat a really good school like Hendricken. I think I also know that we had 1 field goal in all of overtime. Both overtimes, 1 made field goal. The rest were free throws, which obviously we did not shoot terribly well, but...
Well, I mean, Dylan Poirier was being fouled because he was a horrible free throw shooter, you know?
Whoa.
Right.
Let's try to start beef here.
Him, but yeah, definitely.
That's a little
A
ASMR.
game, but I think it showed that we can definitely keep it up with Hendricken if we were to limit the turnovers and the silly mistakes.
Yeah.
How about that crowd, though?
Yeah.
That crowd...
you were on the other side. You didn't experience it as much.
Right. Well, I think they could have been a little bit louder when NK wasn't keeping it up. They only...
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of them...
Really
the defense, when we were chanting defense, it just cut out.
Good things, they go crazy, and that helps us a lot.
Yeah,
you can
especially on the road.
In that gym.
Especially on the road, you know. Because to have the opposing team have a crowd that's louder than yours is kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah, those parents...
I don't know if you guys knew, but Thursday night we went to Mount Pleasant, and both the JV and varsity teams lost in that game as well.
How is Mount Pleasant looking? Are they anything special? No offense to Mount Pleasant.
They're number 16 ranked from Ball and RI, so we'll see how they shape up this week's rankings.
What's NK?
But I think NK was number 2. They're definitely going to go down.
Behind Hendricken, I'm assuming.
Number 1, NK number 2. Biggest game of the season. So.
Yeah, Ethan. What do you think the good takeaways from that Hendricken game were?
Like I said, a lot of turnovers, a lot of silly mistakes, but I think definitely those 2 technical fouls were completely unnecessary. Definitely really, really hurt our chances.
Right.
Yeah. No, but the good things, like what did we do well?
What we did well, it just showed how dominant our defense can be, and that because we work hard in practice, we do a lot of running, that we can stay up with these teams because we keep going, while a lot of other teams tend to slow down as the game goes on.
Wow. Conditioning.
Yeah. All right, Ethan. Well, thanks for that. we're gonna let you go, but maybe we'll have you on as a guest in the future.
Great. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Our pleasure.
All right, see you.
No, my pleasure.
Oh, you're too kind. Okay. He hung up. Okay. Well,
yeah. So there's your insight to the Hendricken basketball game against NK last Tuesday. Yeah. So let's talk about another thing.
What's that? What's this?
Do you hear that noise?
Yeah, I hear it. Okay, whatever. It's gone now. Kinda. Okay.
We had to unplug Bryce. Sorry, guys.
Shut up. So, do you want to be... We just talked about number 1 and number 2, right? Speaking of number 1 and number 2 in college basketball, which we could have asked him about, number 1, Duke, just lost to Syracuse. That was one of those days. They lost to Syracuse, which for Duke isn't that great because they have the top 3 recruits in the nation.
Wow.
I mean, they've been dominant at times, but then they've also been not so dominant as well. So, but then also, number 2, Michigan today just lost to Wisconsin, breaking them.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Jeez.
They're now 17-1. They had the best start in school. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, right? They were 17-0, which is the best start in their school history, and all of a sudden, they're not undefeated anymore. Number 7, Kansas just lost to... Who was it? Kansas just lost to West Virginia by 1. So now, like, a bunch of top college teams are now falling. I'd like to say that. But...
I still think, like, not trying to be, like, bandwagon or anything, but, like, Duke, I don't think when it's the biggest stage in the nation, I don't think they're going to lose.
That you might, I don't know, because they're freshmen. They're like a year older than some of the kids in our school, which is like crazy to think that they'll be in a giant arena come March Madness.
Yeah, I mean, but they're still the top 3 recruits in the nation. It doesn't like.
I mean, yeah, they do have great players.
And
they have 4 number 1. No, I mean first round draft picks.
Yeah,
maybe.
And
potentially.
As the season goes on for them, they're gonna mature, and they will get better.
They are halfway through.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they still have room to.
I mean, with that much talent, you could think they're overrated. Which I'm not saying they are, but.
Well, are you saying they're overrated?
I mean, they lost at home to Syracuse, who are at best like 8 seed in the tournament, which just put like he's like a dog.
If you hear a sus noise, Bryce is
he's geeking.
He's picking up chips off the table and putting them in his mouth, and then he's chewing on them with his mouth open.
And also the table is like rusted and probably has like a million diseases on it.
Yeah, so we had to unplug Bryce because he was chewing into the mic and he was like drooling on the mic. So, all right, let's talk about a different thing. Let's talk about the Celtics again. Why not? Before we do that, let's just finish off Duke though.
Yep. They could be overrated. I think either Virginia or Tennessee would be number 1 now. However, today, Duke and Virginia are playing, which is going to be a pretty good game. It's going to decide really who's number 1.
Yeah.
Well, at least
now. I think people will always have Duke number 1, except for all the people that just like...
Virginia is undefeated. Do know that. Tennessee's pretty good.
I mean, it's
boys.
Duke. It's Duke.
I know, but come on.
All right, so
now we're gonna move up another level. We went high school, then college. Now NBA.
Wow.
We're going to talk about the Celtics' big win over the Raptors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Celtics, they've won 2 in a row now. They played Memphis last night, playing the Hawks today. They beat Memphis. We should have ran away with that game, but we didn't. It's still a win's a win. But Toronto, that was a really nice win. We kind of had them on the ropes the entire game, I feel.
I do think it's a little bit concerning because they had like a 10-ish point lead and they gave it up in like a really small amount of time.
Yeah, well, this one of the problems with us is that we'll play really, really well for like maybe like 3/5 of the game or like 3/4 of the game, but we'll just have one like maybe like 5 or 6 minute stretch where we're just god awful.
Interesting.
We're just god awful, and we go down by like 10 or 15 points, and then we always have to work our way back up. When if we can just work out those little kinks.
That was kind of the way it was with Isaiah Thomas, right? Didn't they always?
Well, the past few years, the Celtics have always just like.
Or he was the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
he just went off in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but
it's kind of Kyrie. He's been clutch for us. I know that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So, yeah, the Celtics. I mean, it was still a really nice win against Toronto, who everyone's been really, really high on lately. And the Celtics, Kyrie had 30-something points and 18 assists.
I think it was like 27 and 18, which is really good.
I thought it was 37 or something.
I don't know. I might be wrong.
Let's check.
I thought it was. I thought I saw something that said 27. I mean, 18 assists is really good for Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie, he needs to go on a span like James Harden, where he just like tears up. Well, they have that Chris Paul is out right now in Houston, but I mean, Kyrie, for him, I'm not really like he hasn't really convinced me yet that he can like bring us the distance. We didn't get to see him in the playoffs last year.
Well, maybe he didn't he call LeBron to say how like hard of a leader is to be or something, and he apologized or whatever. But I think maybe he's just realizing that maybe he can't do it all by himself.
And I think that's why he's been asking for another veteran who's been in the league like over a decade.
Al Horford.
Well, another. That's who else?
No one.
Al Horford, Baines. Baines has won a championship in San Antonio, but he wasn't really a big part of it. But if the Celtics bring in, because the Celtics, I don't know why we're still holding on to Jabari Bird. Like he's literally still on the team, and he like
need to prick up Bryce Cotton from the Australian League. He's gonna be the MVP.
There's someone. Al Jefferson is on waivers right now. And I don't.
He's kind of washed up.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Maybe he's better than Jabari Bird, but
Jabari Bird has played like literally like 3 games his career.
Yeah, true. I guess.
And he also like strangled someone and stuff. So
I don't get that.
You don't get how he strangled someone?
I don't get why he would strangle someone.
Because he has like mental health issues.
Oh, right. That makes sense now.
Yeah.
I guess he's off the hook because he. Whatever. Never mind.
Whoa! What are you trying to say?
Oh, it's just. I think it's. If you want to be a professional athlete, you need to have some kind of self. You need to be able to control yourself a little bit. Because, like, who was it? Wasn't someone like. Oh, NBA players like get caught up in like the stupidest stuff that they don't need to, and then they.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, but listen.
And NFL players.
Yeah, Toronto though they. I don't think we'll have a problem come playoff time if everyone's healthy, because that was our first game in a while when Baines was back, Kyrie was back, Smart was back, everyone was okay, and we really just like gelled together, and that was a good win. And everyone was super like excited after that win, obviously. And then the next game we go out and we beat Memphis. So
Memphis isn't bad either.
Yeah, Memphis isn't a bad team.
They're in the contention for a playoff, which makes the West.
Well, everyone in the West is in contention,
except the Suns. They're just tanking.
The Suns, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of impressive.
But like
you really need to be good to win in the West.
Yeah.
Just like there's Phoenix like has talent, but they're just not that good. For some Devin Booker is like
they don't. I wouldn't say they have a lot of talent. I'd say they have a lot.
Though
of potential.
they have
a lot of potential.
Yeah, potential.
And Devin Booker, I don't know how much better he can get than he already is.
Yeah.
Because he's already really good, but he's also on a horrible team.
Yeah.
So if he was on a team like let's say if he was on Memphis, because they don't really have a shooting guard, they were starting like Justin Holiday or something.
Dylan Brooks.
No, I think they were starting. Whatever.
I don't,
if he was on a team like that where he didn't get literally every single shot. Well, DeAndre Ayton takes some shots, but if he's on a team where he's not the leader, I'd want to see how it would play out for him, because he tears up in Arizona, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just a case of like a really high usage rate.
Yeah.
Which you see with James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something. It was like he's ISO'd more than like 20 teams have combined.
Yeah, well,
which is like absurd.
Who else on the Rockets is going to score?
They
question.
have a lot of like 3-point shooters, which is kind of what the team. Rockets?
Yeah. Who?
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker's not that good of a 3-point shooter.
Yes, he is.
No, he isn't.
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon's not that good of a 3-point shooter this year. He's shooting.
What the hell?
He's shooting like
just historically
30%.
They've been pretty good.
Okay.
Like, they have like the
3-point shooters they have are James Harden.
Right. Well, like just for him to get like assists. Like last year, that's what their whole offense basically was. You had Chris Paul and James Harden, and they just do whatever the hell they wanted, and then if they couldn't do anything, they'd kick it out. And they have like good three.
Well, Eric,
it's kind of the D'Antoni offense is just really high powered, you could say, but it was like built around James Harden.
James Harden is like Capella's not going to score. PJ Tucker's not going to score. Eric Gordon.
I'm not saying James Harden shouldn't score.
I know.
There's a reason why.
He literally has to be the guy there when Chris Paul's not there.
Should we? We'll talk about James Harden's. James Harden's has like an unbelievable season. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think.
But his team's not playing well.
Yeah, they lost a bunch of games, but then they won what?
If Chris Paul comes back and plays like his normal self, and Capella has a really good year, I don't think that it would be wrong to say they could be they could have the second best record in the West, or Denver's gonna have.
Denver is good.
Yeah,
they have like.
Well, they literally got obliterated by Golden State. Golden State doesn't even have to try in the regular season. Honestly, they just coast.
That's kind of what they've been doing,
and
they could.
It's kind of like
75
what
games,
Cleveland was doing.
Yeah.
When they were good, because they were like the 4th seed.
Yeah.
Well, their team wasn't any good either, but
it was just LeBron and a bunch of scrubs.
But the Rockets, if they become the 2nd seed, and if it's because I don't think Denver will be the number 1 seed at the end of the year. If it's Golden State, Houston, and then Denver, I think James Harden still can be MVP. But wasn't Westbrook like?
Yeah, they were like a 6th seed.
Yeah, and he was still.
Well, I think. Well, James Harden's team is going to be good anyway. Plus his stats, so he could kind of run away with it.
But I mean, I don't know. And I'm going to be honest. I was playing 2K the other day, and I was playing my league with the Celtics, and it was like 2020, and the Thunder hadn't done anything good in the playoffs, and I was like, And the Celtics didn't do good either. They lost a simulated series against the Raptors, which I don't think they will.
Wow.
But I was like, why don't the Celtics trade for Paul George? And the trade I made was Al Horford, and the Celtics have like 4 first-round draft picks next year. So I think I picked up Charles Bassey. Do you know who that is?
No.
He's a center, and I picked him with the 18th pick, and then I picked
he's out of the draft.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then I picked someone else.
Is this 2020? The 2020 draft, I'm guessing, or like, well, I don't.
No, it was this coming draft.
Oh, well, I don't know him anyway.
Well, Charles Bassey, I picked up another shooting guard from, I forget his name. It wasn't from Duke. I don't remember. And then I picked up Bol. And so I traded that shooting guard that I picked with like the 12th pick. Traded Charles Bassey.
Charles Bassey's from Western Kentucky.
Yeah. And I traded so hold on. Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, that shooting guard who's 19-year-old freshman from somewhere, and he's like pretty good. Charles Bassey, Rondo. No, I don't think I traded Rondo. And traded Baines.
You had Rondo?
Yeah, I had Rondo. Okay. So
Just
Al
clear
Horford,
that up for our viewers.
Al Horford, Jaylen Brown, that center, the shooting guard, and Baines for Paul George and Steven Adams.
It's a steal.
Yeah, I know, but the Celtics they won the championship, and we went like 70 and whatever for like 2 straight seasons. It is 2K, but I mean,
I think Paul George. If you have to give up a lot, Paul George is someone that.
Well, if we give up,
I'd be fine with.
If we give up Jaylen Brown and the picks we get in this upcoming draft, because we have the Memphis pick, we have the Clippers pick, we have the Kings pick, and we have our pick. So if the Clippers don't make
Clippers are good though, so
yeah, but if they do not make the playoffs this year, they get their pick, and we get so because the Clippers pick is lottery protected. So if the Clippers get their pick, then we get their 2020 pick. And if we don't get that one, we get their 2021 pick. And so it's the same with Memphis, too. I think Memphis is top 5 protected this year, but they're not going to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
They might be like
and then
in that.
Yeah, just on the cusp.
Get like 6.
And the Kings pick, the Kings are going to slow down. They're not going to be able to keep up this pace for a while. They've probably had an easy schedule, too. But, I mean, it is the West, too.
They've improved a lot. De'Aaron Fox is really good.
De'Aaron Fox is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Well. But, yeah, De'Aaron Fox. Buddy Hield has been surprising.
The Bogdanovich guy.
Yeah, Bogdanovich. He's been
the game winner against LA.
But looking at the Cousins trade a few years ago, it looked like it was a horrible trade for the Kings, but they really
got a lot out of that.
They did. They got Buddy Hield, who's averaging like 20 points a game right now. They got who else did they get? They got a pick, I'm sure.
Yeah. Man.
And they got like someone else that doesn't matter because I can't remember.
Yeah.
So that was.
Speaking of DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah.
The Warriors just added another All-Star,
mm-hmm.
and he wasn't just an All-Star. He wasn't like Draymond Green. He was like a top 5 player in the league before he. Well, you know what I mean. Like
he's top 5 center.
Yeah, he was top 3 center, like top 10 in the league. No. Okay.
Wait, why don't we make lists right now?
Well, that was last year. I'm not saying he is right now. Last year he was like really good. Do I need to pull up his stats?
No. I know. Well, last year he was hurt half the year too.
Yeah, I know, but like the first half of that.
Well, yeah. So Boogie, he played 15 to 20 minutes last game.
He actually fouled out in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
Probably because he couldn't keep up.
He's played 15 minutes, scored 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, it's his first game in like 350 days or something.
No, but 14 points in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. His first point was a dunk.
It was a big pick and roll dunk with KD.
2017, he averaged 36 minutes, 25.2 points, 47% field goal percentage, 13 rebounds and 5 assists, which is really good. Oh, and he also beat the Clippers, and they didn't really have a problem.
Yeah.
I mean the Clippers are good, but they didn't really have much of a problem. I think because a lot of players players that come back from Achilles, he tore his Achilles tendon. A lot of those players are never nearly as good as they were before. Like Kobe tore his Achilles in whenever that was, like 2011 or something.
Yeah, but
he was old, but like he was like not nearly. He was like
he wasn't.
They won the championship like 2 years before.
No, they won the championship that year.
2010.
Oh yeah, 2010.
Yeah. Anyway, like just the fact that he declined that much. I don't know if it was like a mix of the two, like age and the injury, but like historically, players who've suffered torn Achilles have never been that great, which I think was part of the risk in signing him. So I don't know.
Well, it wasn't really a risk at all.
I know, because it was 5 point whatever million, which is a steal for someone like him.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's not like he solely relied on his athleticism, which a lot of the guys. He was athletic, but like he also has skill. He can post up and shoot threes.
Boogie on the Warriors, because they've never really had like a good center, honestly. Like they were starting Damian Jones, I think, this year.
Yeah.
Last year
Andrew Bogut.
They had
JaVale and Zaza. I mean, they're average at best center.
They're fine.
Yeah.
But Cousins, like because
they've always played like small ball, so they don't really need a big man.
Well, not really. Draymond's too short to be a center.
Yeah, sometimes they played with Draymond at center though. And
well,
he's
KD's tall enough to grab rebounds.
Yeah, I mean like a big man was never really their problem.
Well,
they won 73 games without a big man. That was a top 5 big man the year before. So,
but Boogie, like what he adds, they've never like JaVale. He's not really a good mid-range shooter. He's fine. Zaza's not a good mid-range shooter. Bogut's not a good shooter. Period. So Boogie
just adds a whole new dimension.
Yeah,
to what they can.
He
do.
adds a pick and pop guy to their team.
Yeah.
So
but he's like a really good pick and pop.
Yeah, and he can shoot the three as well.
Yeah. It's not like Brook Lopez or something.
Yeah, so now it makes it that much harder for defenses to guard them.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Because with like Zaza, you can kind of,
you can just forget about him, honestly.
Well, you don't need to, he's just not as much of a priority. But if you have Boogie, then it's like in years prior, he was the guy you were focusing on. But now you have 4 other guys who are just as good. Well, not really Draymond, but he's still good.
Yeah. Well, Draymond you have to pay attention to because he's a great passer.
Yeah. So there's not really any weakness anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's talk about one more thing. Hold on. Hey, yo, Saggott.
What? The one time you need him to pay attention, he's not there.
Saggott, get up in here.
What's up?
Let's talk about Big Laney.
Uh-oh.
Big Laney.
Whoa. That's gonna be bleeped out, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big Laney, he dropped a diss track on Saggott. Saggott dropped one right back.
Oh, shit.
Corky Gang did. Well, an attack on Saggott is an attack on all of us.
True that. Yo, that's facts.
I would also like to add, that
This is the voice of Lil Cockpit.
Hi guys, I'm Lil Cockpit. Thanks for having me.
Also featured in Drip and Big Lanny Diss Track and Quirky Gang.
I just want to let you guys know again that Quirky Gang, we're a big thing now. So if you guys want to listen to our songs, just swipe up. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the description, so you can definitely listen to that. Some heat, you know. We're struggling to take out the headphone jack or whatever thing. Okay.
My bad. All right, so
do we want to switch up to another sport?
No, I want to talk about.
There's also the NFL playoffs, which is
right.
tomorrow. This is a pretty long podcast so far. We're 36 minutes in.
Yeah. So, Patriots. I don't think they won't have a problem beating the Chiefs. The way they routed San Diego. I don't
know. Just say what you want.
The way they beat San Francisco, Los Angeles. It was just, what's his name? James White had like 15 catches, which is insane.
That like tied a playoff record. Right?
Yeah.
It might have been his own playoff record.
Probably was. Yeah, I think it was his own playoff record. But James White, Edelman's okay. He's fine. But what other wide receiver or receiver in general is there?
That's kind of their problem. They kind of fixed that when they got Josh Gordon,
yeah.
But now he's not there, so
he's
they
geeking.
have the same problem. Yeah, he was geeking. That was his problem.
Yeah, but like Gronk isn't himself.
Their offense has been completely on point at times, like against the Chargers last week, or the past few weeks of the season against like the Jets and whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's also been like horrible, like against the Jaguars earlier in the season. I think they kind of worked out the growing pains of the season, without like a big receiver. But it's basically the same situation they had last year.
Yeah, but like they had their offense is the most boring offense ever.
I think that's kind of the appeal, because it's like so mechanical, and it's like
it's not that it's that they're so limited in what the offense can do, because Julian Edelman's not going to run by 3 people, catch a Hail Mary, and score a touchdown. He's
fast, and he makes ridiculous catches.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen all the time. And James White,
he's not like Julio Jones or something.
James White had 15 catches, and those were just little screen passes where he caught it maybe like 3 yards in front of the yard of scrimmage and just ran for a first down.
Yeah, but
and that's fine it's fine if it works. Yeah. But the Chiefs have a much better defense than. Yeah, they
Chargers have a good defense.
The Chiefs have
Chargers. That's like their. Am I crazy?
You're crazy.
Or have the Chiefs been like awful on defense?
No,
they give up like 50-something points.
Yeah, but the Chiefs, I guess.
They gave up 43 to the Patriots. Also, the Patriots aren't at home, and they're undefeated at home. So that's another aspect. And Arrowhead Stadium is like insane.
Yeah.
Like week 1 of, what was that? Some 2016 or 2017. I think, didn't they have the loudest crowd like ever recorded?
I don't know.
Which is like, what the hell? And I don't know, because teams have a tough time winning at the Chiefs, and then the Patriots haven't been great on the road, but they won against the Bears on the road.
They are the Patriots.
Yeah. But like at home, like if they won the Miami game, if anyone could tackle, it'd be at Foxborough.
Yeah.
So it's kind of bad luck, but it was correctable. But then
but like Gronk in the Chargers game, he had that one catch that it was like, wow, that's Gronk, and he
can be good, just he can't be worked into the offense that easily because he's just such a big target for everyone. like you can't not pay attention to him, and then
he's
not as dominant as
he was thrown at like one time.
Yeah, he was really good, like blocking.
He's
for
literally
Michel.
He's just a lineman now.
Yeah, but he's like a really good lineman. Well, not a really for a tight end. Yeah. He's a really good lineman.
Well, I mean, he's big,
and like there are a few of the plays like Michel just had a giant opening just because of Gronk. And then, so the Chiefs' offense is really good, but then last week, what? Okay, and then like last week they, I said they don't have Kareem Hunt anymore because he wanted to be a kicker. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Which backs up how.
Yeah. By the way, Jack doesn't support kicking women. Don't worry.
No, I don't. Because I said before how like NBA players and NFL players and just athletes that for some reason they have a tough time like controlling themselves. Like
certain ones.
If you're an NFL player and your job's on the line, why would you ever think of doing it? Why would you even like?
In the moment,
that was just really stupid.
In the moment, Kareem Hunt probably wasn't thinking, "Oh my God, I play football." Jeez.
I know, but like. You just need to think because like everything's on camera. It's not like they won't find out about that because there's no lobby. I think that's stupid because they had a really good offense and he was really good.
Well, Spencer Ware, he had like 25 rushes and he ran for like 150 yards.
Spencer Ware is fine, but he's older and
he's
not
as
Hunt. Yeah.
But
Kareem Hunt was like special. He was like top 5
this season.
He'll
do.
Yeah. I mean, he's good enough, but he's not. He does not the X factor that Kareem Hunt was.
I don't think the Patriots. It'll be a good game. I don't think they'll have a problem though beating them. I
think it's gonna be really. I don't know. I don't want to bet against the Patriots because it's the Patriots, and like Bill Belichick's a genius. But I think it'll be a lot tougher than it was in Los Angeles because Los Angeles. It was really cold. And it's Foxborough, and they haven't lost there. And I don't know, they just had a bye to rethink things. I don't know, because I mean, Patrick Mahomes is really good, and Tyreek Hill is insane. But then there's also the defense, and we saw that in week 5 or whatever when they played in Foxborough, but that was in Foxborough.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things that go into it, but I'm not really sure who's going to win that. I'm excited, though.
Yeah, it'll be a good game for sure.
There's the Saints Rams, which I think is going to be really... I don't really dislike any of the teams in the playoffs, but we can move on here.
Well, I mean...
Do we want to talk about baseball?
I mean, we've been going on for a while.
Well...
we can talk about baseball. Yeah.
Well, Red Sox, Craig Kimbrell. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Would you want to resign him, or do you not know, or is this?
I know. Well, who else would be serviceable?
He's going to want a lot of money, which I don't know if you want to spend on a guy that the second half he was like. Really inconsistent, especially during the playoff.
I mean,
like, he didn't blow anything, but like it was like,
wasn't he like Cy Young?
He won.
Up my change. We go to dinner. I don't have to pay. Mark my words. You heard. SAGGOT up next, so you better watch your step. Chain on your neck, yeah. Watch on my wrist. Swipe up to get iced up. These are free chains. Give me some Cheetos. Give me some Funyuns. I like shit. You can still see my ribs. I just bought some new drip. I don't try.
We're gonna run out of time here, but that's gonna wrap it up for our podcast today. This is the second edition. Third edition is gonna come in about 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure that later. But thanks for watching. If you watch the whole thing, geez. And also you can DM us at the _sports_podcast. You can DM us your thoughts. You can DM us topics to talk about. And, yeah, enjoy.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Sports Podcast with
Jack and Nate. We're going to do a lot of the same thing. We have a special guest today. His name is Ethan Smith. He's on the JV basketball team, NK Skippers. He's our skipper insider.
That's right.
We're going to talk a lot about the same things, basketball, all those good things. And we've had a lot of recommendations from people, one of which is to have me be less boring.
Yeah, by the way, thank you. Thanks to all the viewers for putting in their suggestions.
And you can also follow us on Instagram at the _sports_podcast.
That is THE_SPORTS_POD.
It'll be in the description. It'll be in the description. Along with something we'd like to talk about next.
Yeah, Bryce, go ahead.
Hoagie's new song Drip on SoundCloud.
Quirky
Gang's new song.
Right.
Quirky Gang's new song featuring Saggett, Lil Cockpit, Hoagie, and Applejack.
Yeah, go check that out.
So, Zach, tell us, what was the inspiration behind this? I know you and another very prestigious producer collabed on a beat.
Yeah, me and Hoagie collabed. Took about 10 hours to create.
Yeah, honestly.
Wow.
Like
a lot of hard work.
We were up in the studio grinding, like literally grinding so hard. It was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good job, Bryce. First job on the pod.
That is our 5th try, all of which Bryce has messed us up.